Piedmont Park, what many consider to be the focal point of Atlanta. For over 100 years, the park has served this city, in which time the issue of parking has been present ever since the invention of the automobile. Doug Abramson, president of Friends of Piedmont Park, discusses the issue.
Is there a lack of parking?
Is there a lack of parking? Yes, there is a lack of parking. Piedmont Park, especially over the last 20 years, has increasingly become a spot where people go for the big events as well as weekends. The road race brings in 55,000 runners and countless numbers of spectators. The Dogwood Festival has upwards of 400,000 people over a 3-day weekend. The Pride Festival, the Jazz Festival, Screen on the Green, etc. When you have events of that size, realistically, there is no way you can accommodate a car-oriented city as Atlanta is. 55,000 runners, you can imagine what you would need to do.
Right.
So a lot of people who go to the park, more often than not, go for the big events or go to the very popular times. The first beautiful day, Saturday afternoon in April, and everybody descends. And in those cases, yes, it can be hard to find a parking space.
So what does Piedmont Park, the Piedmont Park Conservancy, and the Atlanta Botanical Gardens plan to do about the issue?
In late 2003, the Atlanta Botanical Garden and the Piedmont Park Conservancy unveiled plans to expand and enhance their existing areas. The Botanical Garden runs about 30 acres of leased in Piedmont Park. If I said the Botanical Garden, if I said the Conservancy, I meant the Atlanta Botanical Garden leases about 30 acres, which is part of Piedmont Park. And the Piedmont Park Conservancy runs about 180 acres. And both of them we're going to expand and or enhance their areas. As part of the plans, the Botanical Garden proposed and the Piedmont Park Conservancy went along with the idea that they should build a 6-story, 800-car, fee-based parking garage in the interior of Piedmont Park.
What do local park goers think about the new plans?
Are you familiar at all with the proposed parking deck?
I have heard something about it, and when I did hear about it, I was a little upset because, this is a great park, and, I love this park. It's great to be here, and with the park, with the deck going up, I feel like it totally ruins, the tranquility and the peacefulness and the beauty of this park.
Would you be willing to pay to park here to use the park?
Oh yeah, I was actually kind of expecting to pay.
Because this issue expands outwardly from the park, we wanted to know what nearby residents thought of the plans.
I'm kind of for it, mainly because there's no parking on our street, especially during the summer, and it's hard to leave the neighborhood during the weekends and stuff, so I'd rather have some kind of relief from the intense parking on our streets.
What position does Friends of Piedmont Park take?
Okay, well the issue is now, has been decided both in the political process and in the courts. Our position hasn't changed, but from the beginning of the controversy until now, with respect to the parking deck, we fully supported better access to the park on a multi-means basis, walking, biking, mass transit, driving, etc. The parking deck really involves how do you get there when you're driving your car. And we supported more parking in or next to the park for people who want to drive. Unlike the parking deck proposal, though, we said parking should be on the edges of the park. So you come right off Monroe or come right off Piedmont and drive directly into the park. The existing proposal, the one that undoubtedly or unfortunately will move forward, locates the parking deck in the interior of the park. So you're going to have to drive about 3/5 of a mile from Monroe directly through the park, or about 2/5 of a mile, again, directly through the Botanical Garden to get to the deck. So when you have times, for example, of a lot of people in the park, the big events when the parking deck will be most heavily used, you will have thousands of cars basically bisecting the park.
During events, what's parking like in the neighborhood?
Horrific. Screen on the Green is horrible. If there's anything going on in the park, it's pretty much 3 streets over trying to find parking.
Will it facilitate people coming to the park? Absolutely not. People will come irrespective of the parking issues as they always have. Will it be easier for people to park? For the 800 cars or so that are willing to pay a fee when you go to your own public park. Those people will be facilitated. Will it facilitate better, higher-end special events? Absolutely. When people come and they're a large Mercedes and don't want to necessarily mix with the the regular folks who go to Piedmont Park, yeah, you'll be able to park in the deck and you'll feel very safe, and you can go to your Botanical Garden event and only have to cross maybe a 20-foot demilitarized zone on the way in and on the way out. But the park has been here a long time. It will outlast all of us when all of us are long gone. It'll still be the centerpiece of Atlanta. It'll still be green, though not as green as it should be, and hopefully the stewardship of our city, the stewards of our city, whether it's the government or these large sort of public-private organizations, will look longer at, will have a longer vision, a better longer-term vision of what our park should be, not just the immediate needs and their special event capabilities in 2008 or 2009. They will say, what legacy do we want to leave for our children?
Whether the question is what legacy we want to leave, or how easy it will be to leave the house today, the parking issue is surely not finished at Piedmont Park. However, the question is no longer where to park, but what happened to the natural landscape.